Stop in your tracks!
Magic is next level!
I'd hoped for a more peaceful flight. How did they find this route?
Stars help us. It's those interlopers! Seize formation! We must take this ship!
They seem just as surprised as we are. It might be a coincidence.
All squadrons shoot to kill! Lady Lilith has decreed these heathens be purged for their nefarious schemes!
Unfortunate timing on our part. Stay alert for more. It just occurred to me. There's only one destination at the end of this flight path.
Which means we're headed to the same place as these jokesters.
Indeed. And let us discuss particulars after we have saved our hides. It seems conviction is a strong motivator.
Well, when you got an Astral yanking your chain.
Looking good.
Infinite wonder! Let the rain fall!
Bear witness!
Finally, that was the last of them.
Looks like Avia's already making their next move. I must take action.
Wait, I just want to be super sure. Are you really an Astral?
You wouldn't be the first. We've met other Astrals before. Loki and Mikaboshi, if those names ring a bell. They have their own particular philosophies. But you seem different from them.
I know, right? It's like Fix-It Dude actually wants to be a part of the Sky Realm.
Indeed. It was no act when you risked life and limb to save the people of Folka and Tempeel.
I'll be honest. I once viewed Sky Dwellers as insignificant. But that all changed. Many years ago, the first friend I ever made in this world taught me a valuable lesson. They said there is strength in solidarity. Understanding can overcome adversity. Help us grow. Folka is now my home away from home. The people there are like family to me. Sadly, we experience longevity on different scales. If I were granted one wish, it'd be to stay with them forever. At the very least, I want them to be happy. I'll do anything I can as an Astral to protect the populace, to protect the islands. And I'll stop Lilith, no matter the consequences I must suffer.
We understand how you feel. The Sky Realm is our home, too. So you can count on us. I guess even Astrals come in all kinds of different flavors. Just like Sky Dwellers.
The same can be said of primal beasts.
Kinda weird having an Astral watching our backs for once. But I won't complain.
Thanks, everyone. I'm sorry I haven't been upfront with you all. I suppose I was acting out of cowardice. I was afraid of your reactions if you learned I was an Astral.
We're in this together.
Captain, thank you.
Done and done.
Yes. With Roland's aid, we'll surely stop Lilith and rescue Lyria.
Angra Mainyu's real body is in an altar beneath Seed Hollow Castle.
Yikes. There's a sinister primal lurking right under that huge city?
Yes. And I'm the one who sealed it down there centuries ago.
But if Lilith found Angra 15 years ago, that means the seal is...
Broken.
When she squandered away Angra's power, she failed to capture its true form as well. I'm certain it's still in the altar somewhere, camouflaged by its gateway powers.
So that's why you stayed behind in Seed Hollow. To find the damn thing.
Indeed. Unfortunately, my search turned up nothing. However, the moment Lilith summons Angra's real body, that may be our chance to strike. I warn you, she and I are equally matched. But, lucky for me, I've got the better team. Avia is no doubt getting closer to the castle. There's no time to lose. We'll gear up in the city and make a run for the altar. Or else these skies are done for.
Sweet.
Man, crap's really hitting the fan now, huh? We better hightail it back to Seed Hollow before it's too late.
So, we've suddenly found ourselves caught up in an astral tug-of-war, decades in the making. The relationship between Lilith and Rolan remains unclear, but one thing is certain. Rolan is our greatest ally in Zega Grande. And with all the good he's done here, his love for Sky Dwellers is plain as day. Together, I know we'll stop Lilith and ensure Angra Mainyu's gate stays closed. We will protect the Sky Realm. Seed Hollow is burning. Another victim in Avia's desperate mission to return to the stars. This all started because I brought Lyria to Zeka Grande. And now our battle is intertwined with the fate of the Sky Realm itself. We need to get to the heart of the city and fix the damage that's been done.
Whoa! Is this even the same city?
No time to assess casualties, I'm afraid. Not when we know Avia will make a beeline for the castle.
I suspect we'll face a tough road ahead. Everyone, prepare yourselves accordingly.
Right.
Nice!
Welcome. Tempering your weapons, you can expect only the best. Sigil enhancement. Come again.
And also... No. Yep. Damn.
Skyfarers! Over here! There you are! I'm so glad you're all safe!
Thanks for the assistance.
I would never abandon one of Zeka Grande's most vital trading hubs. It's not in my nature to watch a crisis unfold from the sidelines. By the way, Captain, I don't know if you've heard, but the castle is under attack by the Church of Avia. That forced each of the city's wards to declare temporary lockdowns. I'll be around until the brouhaha settles down. Give me a holler if you need anything. We can't let Avia get away with all they've done. Take this, and go show them who's boss.
I see.
Oh, Father! We better put a stop to all this ruckus. One Skyfarer's trash? We have a wide selection of sigils! Let me know if you need help. We have a wide selection of sigils! Let me know if you need help. Never hurts to have some backup, right?
Sorry I'm late.
Do your best out there, Skyfarer.
Let's move out.
Yeah? Not at all.
Need something?
Foul smell fills the air as my dissolving limbs grow black.
Protect the captain! Get him somewhere safe!
No, leave me. Run.
As long as you're alive, we can rebuild. We promised, didn't we? Our lives are in your hands.
You're not allowed to make this sacrifice for me. Please, save yourselves. I'll never forget the memory of that day. My conceit put us in that mess, but I was the only one who made it. After all the good times we shared, after all the pain, they would have to live on in my memory. Once I could pick myself back up again, I began to temper my body. I swore I'd never let the same tragedy repeat itself. It wasn't long before this husk became resilient, augmented and conditioned to withstand even lightning. I no longer felt physical pain, or much of anything at all. It was preferable that way. I could be a shield to protect others, to protect them from the same tragedy that befell my crew. Having lost my place in the world, I found a home in the society, and quickly became contractor to the seal weapon, Great Scythe Grynoth. My missions were simple: hunt primal beasts or exterminate the foe. I did my job so that I could keep people safe, to aid them in their time of need. But despite my best efforts, I still failed. I was powerless when Vern was kidnapped right in front of me. Worst of all, I could do nothing but watch as our hopeful new recruit was cut down. What good was I when I couldn't even protect a single one of my comrades? Maybe the real mistake was believing I could do good in the first place. I joined the society to protect others, which sounds noble on paper, but in reality, it was all for my own sake. I'm the reason that my old crew, my family, found an early grave. It was only right that I spend the rest of my meager life in atonement. At least, that's the excuse I told myself. In truth, another part of me was deluded into thinking I could free myself from the guilt, but only if I could change into another person. Turns out that being immune to physical torture does nothing to protect your heart from psychological torment. Speaking of mental suffering, not long after I joined the society, Ilsa assigned Zeta as my partner. The old me would have worked with her just fine, but too much had changed. Her blunt honesty rubbed me the wrong way. A man can only take so much random commentary before he goes insane. Even Ilsa called her Pupper, which was kinder than what I had in mind back in those days, but it was an apt name, considering all of her barking. I didn't care about forging a real partnership with Zeta. Every time we had a mission together, I just wanted to finish it as fast as possible. But it backfired. Whenever I pushed her away, she pushed back 10 times harder. She was determined to know me. I would have never admitted it out loud, but I was afraid. After all, the closer you are with someone, the harder it is to cope with their loss. As for why I joined the captain's crew, well, I had my reasons. The captain's father was awaiting our crew in Estalucia, and that meant duking it out with primals and gathering sky map pieces along the way. The captain was strong and humble, had a knack for overcoming hardship. With leadership like that, I knew this crew could actually make it. That's not to say they were running a flawless operation. The way I saw it, they had two big problems. Vern and Lyria, the Red Dragon and the Girl in Blue. It's true they were core members of the crew, but they possessed powers which could represent grave consequences for the skies. Should one overflow with astral energy, or the other absorb enough primal power, they would be erased and herald the destruction of everything as we know it. It was possible the captain could reach Estalucia without any sacrifices, but I wasn't the type to bet on fate. These kids needed a shield. This body of mine would protect them all, no matter what came to pass. At least, that's what I intended. During the fight against the Moon Dwellers, I lost myself to the Atomagod Grinoth's power and raised my scythe against the crew. As pathetic as it was, I became the very threat I swore to protect them from. That was why I prepared a way to stop my own heart. I wouldn't hurt my comrades again. If I couldn't protect anyone, then the least I could do was make sure I could do no more harm.
What are you playing at, Vasaraga? Is this your penance after what happened to Lester?
I was fine with sacrificing myself, as long as I could save someone else. A part of me even believed I deserved such a fate.
I hate when you act alone. You could have come to me for help first, you know? We're partners, damn it!
I couldn't feel pain, but somewhere inside I felt like a wound had split me in two. It took me far too long to realize that it hurt my comrades to see me suffering, that I had chosen to run instead of face my fears.
Did you hear me, you big lug? You're not gonna drop dead on us. Not on my watch.
My partner's instincts were sharp enough to cut right through me. But it was her words, honest and blunt, which shattered the walls around my cowardly heart. The pain I should have dealt with a long time ago came spilling out, but this time it was accompanied by a burning desire. We're going to survive this, together. And that's the way it's been ever since. Early in the morning, before the crew was to head out for a request, I headed to the forest surrounding Folka to conduct a test on Grinoth. On the way, I was stopped by the sight of a young girl watering the vegetable garden by her home, the wet plants sparkling beneath the morning sun. But something felt off about the scene. In contrast to the bright garden, a dark, foul mist seemed to surround the girl. Upon noticing me, she scrambled back into her house. The miasma clung to her as she fled. Sorry, lass. Shouldn't have snuck up on you like that. But that odd mist looked too real to be an illusion, and yet it didn't seem to be doing any harm. I decided to keep an eye out. After all, Folka was bustling with the influx of refugees from Tempeal. And there was no telling what could happen in strange times such as these.
Well then, so long.
Yes.
How pleasant! Perfect! Nice!